Alright, to start off with, I will provide you with my very brief experience with anabolic steroids. My first cycle, like everybody's first cycle, was testosterone. I took testosterone enanthate approximately 500 milligrams for 12 weeks. That is 500 milligrams a week for 12 weeks. And let me just start off by saying testosterone is the only thing you need. Now, what I'm about to tell you will hopefully change your mind, but I only did 2 cycles in my life, and I'm gonna tell you my experience about it. The first cycle I did was just testosterone. Man, it was something out of this world, right? And then the second cycle I did was Tren. Now I know I'm a fucking dumbass. Yes, I took Tren as my second cycle in life. That was my second entire cycle in my entire life, and I took Trenbolone acetate, alright? But let's start off with testosterone, okay? When you are on testosterone, well, first of all, your body naturally produces testosterone, okay? When you're on testosterone, everything is amazing, alright? The feeling you get, the mental feeling you get is like you're in heaven. The dopamine, the serotonin is just flowing through your brain, and you're having the best time of your life. There is a little bit, I don't know if it's genetic or human specific, but there's a little bit of paranoia. I was dating this girl at the time, and I can definitely tell there was a shift in my mentality about how I viewed her. I always thought she might be cheating on me. I was definitely way more hornier, but I definitely had this inkling at the back of my mind that I did not have before, prior to jumping on tests, that she might be cheating on me. But oh boy, Tren enters the picture. Your mental is gone. Your mental is completely fucked, alright? Test, you're feeling amazing. But Tren, oh my god. And I don't know if it's genetic or human specific, but with the stories I've heard, I can confirm that when you're on Tren, it's the exact opposite of test, right? Paranoia, anxiety. I'll tell you the story. I was going to college for computer programming, alright? And this was my first semester. And I was the most antisocial weird freak in the class because I was on Tren. I was so self-conscious about how people viewed me. The anxiety was through the roof. I didn't even speak to the teacher. I didn't speak to the people sitting next to me. They all thought I was a weird freak because I was so antisocial. By the third day, everybody in class knew each other, right? Everybody was socializing. Everybody was getting ready to go on this journey. But me, completely zip, nada. I basically thought they were gonna kill me, bro. The paranoia, anxiety was through the roof. Tren is something you do not want to mess with. Tren completely destroys your mental ability to think. Tren is neurotoxic. There are studies that show Tren is neurotoxic, and I believe this neurotoxicity is the reason why I was feeling so paranoid, so anxious. I did not even communicate to any people around me. Man, I stopped talking to my parents. That's how bad the mental side effect of Tren is. But on test, it's completely different. It's like you're on dope. You're having the best time of your life. You're socializing. There is no anxiety. There is no paranoia. But Tren completely jacks it up. I was also working at the same time, and I used to talk to people before jumping on Tren, but that completely stopped. You know, there is this myth that steroids just make you superhuman, and that is true to only one specific compound, and that is test. And that's what I recommend to anybody who comes across this video. Do not touch Tren with a 15,000-foot pole. Alright, do not go anywhere near Tren. Do not even consider Tren. Bodybuilders take Tren in the last week of their prep. They don't even touch. There are some, I'm not saying all bodybuilders, but the smart ones do not even touch Tren until the last few weeks of prep, right? This is because Tren, there's a myth, right? Tren is not 5 times stronger than test, alright? As more plates, more dates confirm that Tren is not 5 times more powerful than test, right? It only has a greater protein sparing ability. That means when you're in a deficit, when you're in an anabolic deficit, when you're in a deficit, when your muscles are wasting, Tren steps in and stops that, all right? You retain more muscle mass when you're cutting. That's the only ability Tren has. Tren is not 5 times more stronger than test, right? Tren is 5 times more worse than test. Yes, I was dumb. I took Tren as my second cycle. And let me tell you what ended up happening, all right? First cycle test, 12 weeks, amazing gains, amazing fat loss. I was feeling like Superman. I was social, my life changed. It was like the movie Limitless, if you have seen it. He pops a pill, he becomes super genius. He becomes a superhero. That is what test is. Our body naturally produces test, and we are supposed to be on test. But Tren, all right, Tren, mental side effects, I told you, completely destroys your mentals, all right? The second side effect, night sweats. I used to wake up after 3 hours of sleep. I used to only sleep 2 or 3 hours. I couldn't sleep at all on Tren. And I used to wake up after 3 hours of sleep. My whole bed was wet because of how much I was sweating. It is a nervous system upregulator. It grips your, like the feeling you get on Tren is it grips your nervous system. The nerves are so compressed. It's like somebody's like holding you down and like just, it's like you're in 9Gs of, you're like putting 9Gs in a fighter jet. Your nerves are so compressed. The mind muscle connection is so strong. Like I went from 1 plate 25 pounds to 2 plates in 2 weeks on Tren. Yes, though, like on paper that sounds amazing. You're like, fuck this guy, I'm gonna go take Tren because that shit makes me go to 2 plates in 2 weeks. But I'm telling you, it completely destroys your nervous system because it's so strong on it. It's completely and utterly lethal for your nervous system. Do not take Tren. I'm gonna keep telling you this throughout the entire video because I want you to learn through my experience. Do not take Tren, all right? The second effect happened after I stopped Tren, all right? After I stopped Tren, I did a full PCT, Novadex. Okay, it's not full PCT, but it's the most important PCT to do. Novadex, 4 weeks, 40-40, 20-20. So I did a PCT, then I stopped. Then I did a PCT again because I was feeling like shit. And then 2 years later, I developed the most severe gynecomastia anyone has ever seen. My tits were so huge that I could play with them. I had double Ds. That's how big my gyno was. Tren completely destroyed my endocrine system. My test was so shot after Tren, my dick stopped working for 6 months. I couldn't get hard. Whenever I had orgasms, it just felt like the sperm was leaving my dick. I had no feeling at all in my orgasm. That's how fucking brutal Tren is to your endocrine system. No feeling at all. I used to pump it. Few seconds later, I came. I did not feel a single thing. No pleasure, nothing. I just felt the liquid leaving my dick. That's all I felt, and that's how brutal it is on your dick, on your endocrine system, on your hormones. It completely destroys it. And that ended up giving me gynecomastia after 2 years after stopping Tren. I got gyno, and the most severe gyno that I had to get operated on. They had to remove my entire gland. If that is not enough to scare you, your dick will stop working. I can guarantee you that. You are not gonna recover in your test levels after taking Tren. Your post-test levels, they're completely gone. You're never gonna hit that because Tren is so harsh on it, so harsh on your endocrine system. I urge you again and again, do not take Tren. So let's just recap. The worst mental condition you will ever be in. You will always think your girl is cheating on you. You're so paranoid. You're extremely paranoid, extremely antisocial. Like you are not gonna talk to anybody for fucking weeks. Weeks at times you don't have the ability to talk to other people because you're so anxious, so paranoid. Your nerves are so on fire that you can't even control it. No sleep, Tren sweats. Thank God I did not get Tren cough. But if you're gonna take Tren, research on Tren cough and how brutal that shit is. Like just consider, after reading that, think to yourself, be like, am I able to deal with Tren cough after I inject Tren? So no social ability and extremely high gynecomastia risk. Even after stopping the cycle, 2 years after stopping the cycle, your test will not recover. Your estrogen is going to be so high through the roof. No amount of PCT, no HCG, no Clomid, no Novadex will fix the low testosterone, high estrogen ratio. And this was all from one cycle, 8 weeks on 500 to 700 milligrams of Tren. 8 weeks of 500 to 700 milligrams of Tren. In 8 weeks, I destroyed my life. Now, let's not Now let's discuss about my test levels. It's been 5 years since I did that cycle. My test levels are at 474 nanogram per deciliter. My test levels before jumping on any cycle was at 700. I'm 200 points below, and this took 5 years to recover. And I have to consistently keep working out. I have to consistently stay in a deficit because my testosterone is so short. I'm gaining weight in a deficit, so I have to consistently stay in an extreme deficit to maintain, not just lose weight, to maintain my current weight. So all in all, stay the fuck away from Tren. Even one 8-week cycle will ruin your life. Your dick will stop working, you will have massive tits, you'll feel like utter shit if you already haven't felt like utter shit on Tren. Night sweats, insomnia, paranoia. These are just the simple side effects. There are genetic and human specific side effects that I didn't experience that you may experience. So my recommendation, stick to test, stick to other less harmful compounds, and never ever, if you're not competing in a pro IFBB level bodybuilding competition, stay the fuck away from Tren.